think the timeline for your game is? Like, when do you think it'll be out of early access? Like, what are you hoping in terms of when it hits mainstream?
Well, we just hit early access about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So far, things are going well. We're slowly upping the scale of our servers to allow for more players. We've been regularly letting new players in. We released keys to about 2,000 users.
Okay.
Soon going to double that. I would expect the game to be in early access anywhere between 3 and 300 months.
3 and 300. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so you guys will be able to play the game either this year or sometime in 2036. It sounds like might be a good option, and that's only if we get halfway through that. It could be 2044 or 2049, depending if you get to that 2 to 300 month range. So, but point is what you're saying is that you want the whole thing where it's like, essentially, I want to basically have people play it at scale when it's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your point, right? So what are some of the other things, like, for you? Like, I know you've done a lot of streaming. You used to do League. Now you're doing a lot of TFT. What else is on the horizon for you in terms of as a future?
Oh, a class of projects I'm starting to get into is productions.
Okay.
Something I'm working on right now, I've been working on it for about 2 months, is I'm trying to recreate Mario Party, but in real life.
Okay.
In like a big warehouse.
Yeah, yeah.
Grab a bunch of Twitch streamers and fly them out to participate for real prizes.
Nice.
We're not going to call it Mario Party because I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. That Nintendo's pretty good at that.
Yeah, BoxBox Party.
Yeah, BoxBox Party.
Yeah.
And so it's like basically like you've got the big game and then a big game board, and then you have a bunch of mini games that these Twitch streamers are going to participate in.
Yep, the entire warehouse is a giant life-size board. We're going to have actors come in, acting as these little like minions and hooligans causing chaos, and we'll let the players see what they do. It's like a little choose-your-own-adventure, a little interactivity game show.
Oh, wow, that sounds really, really cool. So this is like is this like a pilot, and you're hoping to do more like this? Is this like the first of what you'd say at this scale?
The only message I want to get across is that, like, BoxBox does cool projects.
That's what you want to get across. Okay, everybody, did you get across that BoxBox does cool projects? Did you raise their hands? Okay, everybody's getting that. Yep. Okay. I even saw Deb clap, so that means we're probably in pretty good shape. Okay, awesome. So now what we're going to do, this is the rated PG-13 part of the whole show, guys. So if there are children in the room, we're going to be stripping a case. It's very, very risque. But the whole point is we need to take all the parts off in order to put the PC together. So here we go right here, guys. So this is the Evangelion case. And like I said, it's really, really cool. So I'm going to let you get a gander of this. So there you've got the mech on the back. It's part of the Evangelion E-Project stuff. It's got, I have no idea what that says. And then, of course, it's the Gungnir 110R EVA, so themed afterwards. So it's so nice and purple. So all of the stuff together between the AIO, the motherboard, and the case will all thematically fit together, which I always think looks really nice. What do you think?
Yeah, whenever there's like foreign words on something,
right?
Regardless of what it says, it could be saying like I have to go to the bathroom.
Right.
It's so cool.
I'm pretty sure it probably says Neon Genesis or something like that. I don't think it says that, but yes, the point is that it's like those individuals who've gotten tattoos and they don't even know what they say, but then they find out something really bad. I'm pretty sure MSI's probably done their research in this case. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start taking apart the PC. So I'm going to have you use your thumbs. We might have to grab a screwdriver because sometimes the thumbs are really, really tough. How is it? Okay, there you go. And then just loosen these. They might be what are called captive, which means the screws don't come all the way out. But they look like they're just going to come all the way out. Okay, cool. And I'll grab these so we don't lose them. There we go. Perfect. You've kind of gotten through the hard part in terms of where you're worried about too much strength or too much power being used. At this point in time, we're just literally kind of unscrewing things. There we go. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we got all these. Now what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and pull these panels off. Just probably pull towards you. Pull towards me. There we go. Yeah, it's strength. It's all those workouts. So, and then just go ahead and pull this one. Yeah, just go ahead and pull this one. This one's going to be a little bit heavier because it's tempered glass.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
It's going to break.
No, it's going to be fine. There we go. We got it. We definitely don't want to have anything go weird there because it's it's a one of a kind right now. Okay, so last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the front off. Just pulls right off like that. Okay, so now at this point in time, what we've got is we've got the case kind of to its barest part. So now it's just kind of a nude case.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Very, very risque, right? This is what an empty PC case looks like. It's just got a bunch of cables ready for you. We got the screws that we're going to use for all of your bits and bobs, so to speak. Very Harry Potter of me to say that. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Actually, we'll keep these out because we're going to use these for your hard drive. But yeah, this is your PC. You've got 3 120 millimeter RGB fans, also a 120 millimeter RGB fan in the back. And then we've got all of your individual parts right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you go ahead and take that out.
So sometimes when I get a computer,
Yep.
it's very densely packed.
Yeah.
And other times there's a lot of space and it's like very open.
Yep.
Is it bad to be densely packed?
No, it's not. It's not necessarily bad. So there's things that are called what they call small form factor. When what small form factor means is that they're very, very densely packed. But the thing is they have a tendency to take up less space. You just have to be aware of what the heat is going to be like, right? So being really smart about what heat dissipation you're going to do inside of it. But yes, I have built small PCs that perform just as big ones that with the right cooling elements are just as keep the temperatures nice. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's more of just what you prefer, which is actually kind of cool. So what I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to have you grab the motherboard just like that, and you're going to set it in. You see these little standoffs right here, and there's little holes. Those holes are going to line up, and then that big square is going to go. Big rectangle is going to go right there. It's just like geometry.
It's going to break.
It's not. He's so nervous. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of lift it up. Yeah, and then just kind of keep pushing it over. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
There, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of finish getting this set. Just like that, and then see, now it's all lined up, and then all on the screw holes. And then this is all lined up as well. So there, it's got it placed. How does it look?
Yeah, it lines up.
It lines up. You're feeling like we're good. And then the other thing too is you can see on all the little screw holes that you're about to put screws in that everything is good. So let's find the right screws. It is probably these look like the right ones. Okay, it could be either one of these. So I'm going to open both, and then we'll figure out which one fits. Okay, so guys, Code 3, if you're following along, they're on Twitch, YouTube as well. It's going to be Mod Workshop is Code 3. Code 3 is Mod Workshop. So if you want to put that in there. Okay, let me see. I had the other screwdriver. There's a small one. Do you have the other one over there? Yeah, there it is. Let me see if these are the right size or if they are the other ones. These look like they're too thin. Pretty sure. Yep, that would be no.
Okay, wait, screw these 6 ones in.
Yeah, we're gonna first take this out because it's the wrong size. Oop. There we go. And then it's these other ones. Code 3, guys. By the way, you do not put it in chat. I know I see people spamming it in chat, guys. It's not in chat. You're gonna make sure you put it in the Gleam. Look for the links for that. It's Mod Workshop. Okay, so these look like, I think these are the right screws.
Wait, them typing it in chat doesn't do anything?
No, they have a Gleam place where they're a link to put them in there. Codes go into the Gleam, guys. We'll make sure that we get you guys that information. These are not magnetic, which makes this a little bit harder. So I'm going to make sure that we have the right screws here. Nope, these aren't the right ones either.
Wait, so what's in this giveaway?
So that is a good question. Let me find out. Let's see if we can put it up on screen what's actually inside the giveaway. It's usually different mixtures and stuff like that. So let me see if I can get that information for you. Oh, we have no. So I'm assuming So we got an i7 12th gen. We're going to give away i7 12th gen, i5 12th gen CPUs. and 12th gen swag kits is what we're giving away.
Swag kits?
Swag kits. And so those usually have things like they'll have like blankets, they'll have chippy, so stuff like that as well. So those can be a number of different things. Okay, so I'm trying to find the right screws for the motherboard. That's what I'm working on right now. So we can make sure that we can get this secured. And is that all the screws that we got? Yep, okay, cool. So it's one of these two. We're gonna get this screwed in. I don't think this is it either. Nope, those are it. Okay, those are it. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Okay. So we're gonna put these, and you're gonna put them there, there, there. So we'll start with the first three there, and they'll just slide in and then just screw them down. So they work a little differently than some of the other ones that I've ever done before. And it's not magnetic, so you're just gonna have to guide it in.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. I was not ready for that either. Just like that, perfect. And it's just you can actually almost just set them inside the holes, and then you just give them screw until they stop. There you go, perfect. Next screw for you, sir. I'm here to help. It's going pretty well. So 10 years of streaming. How does that feel?
Terrible.
Really? Why terrible?
I think streaming is a wonderfully creative career choice, but it's very bloodthirsty. You have to keep putting in a ridiculous amount of creative energy, otherwise you fall off. Ah!
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You can calm down. It goes right back in there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and push this over a little bit just to give it a little bit more room. So if you want to shift over just about a foot there we go. Okay, cool. Then it'll just give you a little bit more light, too, on some of the stuff. And then you're going to go right over here to the left. Perfect. So you said it takes a lot of energy in falling off. Is it just, do you think it's the nerves that makes it like you're worried about irrelevancy, or what is it about it that you don't, I guess I don't really fundamentally understand the reaction.
The amount of energy I put in every year gets higher and higher as I try to compete with everyone else and their cool ideas. Okay. It's very cool. It's fun to see oh, this guy made a really cool idea. Now I want to try to make something even better. But
got it.
I fear at some point I'm going to burn myself out.
But so far, no concerns right now of you having to do that. We're still going to see a lot of BoxBox on the Twitch.
Oh yeah, I got at least 5 years left.
Okay, guys, 5 years, and that's about the time that your game will release. So do you feel like you started with League, and then you've got, what are some of the other games you said you're taking new games, you're trying to get good at them? Do you have other ones that are kind of on the horizon that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, there's this one game that came out very recently.
Okay.
It's called Mario 64.
Oh man, yeah, that was pretty recent. Yep, okay. Yeah.
I love that game. I recently got into it. I enjoy trying to speedrun it.
Okay.
A lot of Elden Ring and TFT.
Did you watch, have you heard of Distortion 2?
Absolutely, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, so he was here yesterday. Basically a full run yesterday here on the stage, which is actually pretty awesome.
Did he win? Did he set a PB?
Yeah, no, he didn't set a quickie. I mean, it was more like he definitely had some things that kind of held him back, right? I think definitely one of the fights, and then of course we had some audio issues that were keeping him from being able to do one of the skips. But for the most part, no, it was actually pretty good. I think he did it. I think the run ended up taking him just under 2 hours.
Oh,
yeah. And now I think his current record though for beating the game, and this is obviously with glitches, was like 9 minutes.
9 minutes?
9 minutes. But I think the world record currently for Elden Ring with glitches is 6 minutes.
Oh, that is actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think this is lined up.
Okay. Let me give it a look real quick. Oh, wow, it even stayed. It's being very nice.
Or it might be the wrong screw.
Maybe. It could also very much be this, us getting it. Yeah, it's definitely having an issue there. Okay, let's loosen some of these other ones and see if we can get a little bit more of a left shift on this. This is always a little thing, so if we give it a little bit of room, might be able to get this one to line up. And sometimes this is just little stuff that happens. It's weird that one went in there. We'll see if we can get this to kind of move over a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Oh, no, I did this one too. There we go. Okay, so we've got some loose, it's definitely looser now. Not getting a lot of shift there, are we? Let me see if...
How long have you been building PCs for?
So I've been doing... So my first PC, my first real build was like in 2016. But I build 3 times a week on Twitch. So I build 3 PCs a week on average, sometimes more.
Oh my God, what do you do with them?
So sometimes we build them just to test new, like to play with. So like for me, it's like the joy is playing in new hardware. So there's a lot of new components that come out or new cases. So sometimes it's just to build and show off new cases. Sometimes it's just show new hardware. Sometimes I also build commissions. So people like will pay to have me build them a custom rig.
Oh.
So it's a bunch of different ones. But yeah, we build like I think I just crested. I think I'm pretty close to cresting over 1,000 PCs built. And this is like this. It's like you're seeing me like now. It's like, oh, hey, there's something a little bit different, like this RAM. So you like, I want to be, hey, like, well, using this RAM, you'll have to apply more pressure. So we might make a YouTube video about that or whatever it was. So it's just a bunch of different stuff to try and continue to work on. Let me see if I can get this one out now. This one's magnetic.
How much research would someone have to do before they can build their first PC completely alone?
So there's actually some really great partners, like companies like NZXT, where you can actually go online and buy like a full kit that you can then build. So they have like kits that come all together, and then you can and you know that all the components are going to work. There's definitely some research to do for sure, because for instance, you want to make sure that you're getting a big enough power supply, a big enough thing. So there is some research. I would definitely say there's lots of YouTube videos like mine, like Jay's 2 cents, for instance, Bitwit, Linus, who people can find this information. We have YouTube videos with millions of views that just tell and explain this very same thing. But I'd say somebody could probably do it in about 2 or 3 days if you really spent down and just wanted to put something together. There's lots of videos on just picking the right PC parts. Oh. So it's not too bad. So when you started streaming at 16, you said, sorry, you're still working on this one. What was the motivation in getting into streaming at 16?
Well, actually, I've been streaming earlier than that, just not like full time. I started as early as 13.
Oh, you started as early as 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for any good reasons. I just like the tension.
Oh, you just like the tension, and you like the idea of the getting to do stuff in front of other people.
Well, I mean, that's what it was originally. It was really shallow. I just wanted people to watch me do cool things.
Right.
Now I pride myself on creative work, or like accomplishing things like getting high rank or creating a cool project.
Okay, so what we're going to do real quick, actually, BoxBox, is we're going to actually have you transition over to gameplay. So I'm just going to get the rest of it, start getting this built so we can just make sure that... So all in all, I just got to fix some screws and things like that. But we're kind of at you've done like the majority of the part. The rest of it's just kind of putting fans and all that stuff together. But why don't we have you go over and you're going to start playing, talk a little bit about that, and then you and I will banter as I basically finish out your build.
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan?
I just get to play TFT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, actually, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break as we transition, and then we're going to go to gameplay. This time, it is gaming plus PC building. It's a match made in heaven. We got BoxBox playing Teamfight Tactics. We got Robey building a Evangelion PC. And this is going to be happening simultaneously. Now, what you're going to see on the screen is obviously we're going to still be chatting back and forth. But for the most part, he's going to kind of just be talking to you guys, telling you a little bit and all that sort of stuff. And then I'll try and bring things in from chat. And then while I build the PC, and then by the time this whole segment is over, you will have seen some... Would you say master level gameplay? Where should I put the tier here, BoxBox? Where should I set the expectation?
Oh, set the expectations really low.
Okay. So you guys will be watching new tutorial level Teamfight Tactics content with semi-pro level PC building. But at the end, we feel like you'll be better educated and better off to live your lives as more productive and efficient human beings. How was that? Was that pretty good?
That was good.
Oh, okay. By the way, we have another code. Code number 4, guys. BoxBox. Have you ever been a code before?
A code?
A code. You're a code. BoxBox.
Oh, I'm one of them.
You're a code.
Oh, who would have guessed?
I did. I guessed. But yeah, anyway, next code, BoxBox, put in the code. We'll get you guys a link into chat right there for the Gleam.io. Again, we're giving away Core i7 12700Ks, Core i5 12 probably 600s, and then we've also got some 12th gen swag packs that we're going to be giving away as well. So that's all the stuff that's going in there. Right now, though, why don't you tell people here in the audience who may not have seen Teamfight Tactics what this game is about and how it's related to League?
Oh, yeah. For those of you who've played League of Legends but not Teamfight Tactics, as you can obviously tell, it's made by the same company, Riot. It's kind of their take on auto chess. I still like to play League of Legends a lot, but nowadays my stream has mostly been about TFT. Even though the games use the same characters, they don't really play the same at all. This is in the auto chess genre, where it's more about the decisions you make and how you build your army with limited resources to create something stronger than all the other players in the lobby. It's a little bit Battle Royale-esque. We're going to be in a lobby with 8 players, and we're going to fight to the death until only one is standing. If we place in the top 4, it's considered a win. If we get first, it's a Pog, I was here, Pog kind of moment.
So when you think about, like, you know, when you start off and you choose you're grabbing your initial hero, right, as the game basically starts out there.
Wait, am I supposed to start?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
Oh.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start playing. How important is it in terms of does your meta develop as you play based on what you see at the very beginning as you guys are grabbing your initial thing, or do you feel like you go in with a meta in mind in terms of how you're going to necessarily build, like what combination you're going to try and build and grow?
One of the beauties of this game in the auto chess genre is that it's actually very similar to real life chess, where kind of like how someone who plays a lot of chess could study an opening, you can study specific builds in Teamfight Tactics. People can be known for being good at one specific branch of the game, but not others. Some people can be known as like very flexible and able to play like in any position. There are lines that are sharp and lines that are easy to play. It takes a lot of similarities to chess. I forgot the original question.
Oh, it's just like in terms of for you, do you think that do you have a strength? Like, do you feel like you go in with a build, like a number of builds that you have in mind? And of course, some of those are going to develop based on what you get from an RNG standpoint, right?
Yes.
But like all in all, do you feel like you have an idea of what you want to build when you go in?
Me personally, no. Some players, yes. Some players like to be, they call them one tricks. They'll force one very specific build, and they'll just keep rolling the dice until they get it. And if they don't, they will just get very angry.
But that's not you.
Yeah, I like to tell myself that. It's not me.
I like to tell myself that. I like that. What is it that you find? Is it the fact that every game is different? A lot like League or Battle Royales that helps make you find it the most appealing? Like, what do you find so appealing about Teamfight Tactics or the auto chess genre in general?
Oh, actually, that's a wonderful question.
Hey, I come up with good ones.
A lot of times, I like to research what makes a game good to stream on Twitch, and there are a lot of games that have the qualities that work. Teamfight Tactics, in my opinion, is actually one of the best in terms of an individual streamer. It's not the best pro player game to watch. Like, you'll never really watch competitive Teamfight Tactics, but viewers do love to watch one individual player's journey through a game, through a ranked ladder. Teamfight Tactics has a lot of interesting decision points, a lot of breaks, a lot of short breaks for the streamer to talk and interact with their chat. And most importantly, it has a very large player base, so a lot of people are kind of familiar with how the game works. So people can just jump in and already know what's going on. A lot of times on stream, I'll like to talk about the formula of what makes a good game to stream. And you would not believe how many games are bad to stream. A lot of wonderful games are actually very bad to stream on Twitch. And when I say bad to stream, I mean like you exclude a lot of your viewer base if you play them. A lot of story-based games, if you're 30 hours in and a new viewer comes in, they'll just be like, I don't know what's going on, and now I'm sad.
Right.
They'll just leave because they're confused. It's a very sad thing that goes on. So games like League of Legends, games like Teamfight Tactics, games like Valorant or Fortnite have great watchability for streamers because people can come in and they are never excluded. They always feel good knowing that they're in the know and they understand what's going on. Also, can they see the gameplay?
Yeah, they can see it. It's right there.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't that nice? That it would make for a very terrible. It would make for a very terrible live experience, right? If you and you were trying to explain, and then what they had was just my mug up there. Hey
oh,
guys,
man, I've never played TFT on a big screen.
Are you gonna play? Do you want to try and play watching only up there? You've
Well,
got
I mean-
almost look at the latency. Actually, is really good.
It is actually impressive.
Yeah, right. Way to go! Huge shout out to the production team right there. Wow, I almost fell off the stage. That would have been good. For basically making something like that go. So I think that would be a cool thing. Maybe if you did as you're kind of doing stuff this time, because there's probably how many people here have played TFT? Oh, so never mind. They're all pros. No, there was a couple people that this is the first time they've ever seen it ever. Oh, so we do have some new people here, including some cosplayers. Great cosplay, by the way. But maybe just explaining a little bit as you're playing through. What are some of the stuff that you're working through?
Yeah, actually, I'll be a little bit more beginner friendly today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The goal of this game, we're just going to try to navigate through the rounds and build a stronger army than other players given the same resources. Coming up now is an augment choice. This comes up 3 times per game. It sort of makes the game a little bit of a roguelike. We're going to just choose one of 3 bonuses for the rest of the game. There's only one real choice here. What I'm very interested in, I hope people, once I get a 3-star unit, will clap. That's what I really look forward to.
Okay, so let's practice that real quick, guys. Let's just pretend BoxBox just got a 3-star unit. What do we do? Yeah, there we go. We're prepared. Okay, good job, guys. Okay.
On my way.
Okay, here we go.
Find me greater foes.
That's cool. Okay, I really look forward to 3-starring a unit.
Okay, guys,
right.
so we are prepared. I've got him trained, BoxBox. Okay, so what BoxBox is doing right there, unfortunately my meta is pretty much set. My part is to just get this PC working. There's nothing. I think we would not like the other meta where it doesn't work. That feels like not a good meta for me.
Have you played Teamfight Tactics before?
I have, yes. I've actually streamed it a couple times. I love this game.
Okay, so you actually know what's going on.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I played it a lot when it first came out.
I'll tell you right off the bat, this game's going terribly.
Oh, okay, it's going terribly. Okay, what does that mean, guys? What do? We clap anyway! Yeah! We're here to be supportive. Yeah, it's definitely BoxBox is definitely one of those games that because I'm starting to get into game streaming again. That is on my list to start playing and streaming, because I mean it's one of those things that a lot of people when we get finished building a PC are like, hey, Robey, why don't you play some games on it? Now I know this isn't a game that really stresses a PC, but it's still something that's cool that you're like, hey, it's on, it works, and I can see the thing that you built actually doing something. And it's relatively small too, right? From an install size?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't want to. I don't want to. I was saying the size of the game for the most part, like if you were, isn't actually too terribly large, right? It's not tough to install.
Oh, my game that I'm developing.
Yeah, that you're building. Yeah.
Oh, it's very small. It's like half a gig.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, that's nice and that's very small.
Yeah, it's like in the category of indie games, kind of like Slay the Spire. That was one of our biggest inspirations. It's definitely not like a very hard drive intensive or CPU intensive. Like you could play it on your phone if we had the time to develop for it. You could just easily play on your phone.
But then if it's successful, of course you could then switch it over to a phone or anything like that later on too, if you wanted to too.
Oh yes, if it does well at the beginning, we will put it on a phone.
Oh, that's new. So they actually say planning now. So So it's been a while since I've actually played this game.
What's up?
I said I'm noticing. So it's showing it's a lot more. Last time I played was like literally months after the game came out. So I'm seeing a lot of UI changes from when I played.
Oh, Teamfight Tactics has improved significantly. It's a very interesting game to follow because they really didn't have that many resources. Their dev team is very small for what they accomplish. They kind of take the leftover scraps from League of Legends, whatever's available, and then they try to make it work. The dev team is very small. It's honestly very impressive. It's one of the best devs teams I've ever seen, as much as people like to meme on them for being bad at balancing or something like that.
Because it's just impressive what they've actually been able to accomplish.
Yeah, for how good the game is and how big it is, the dev team is very, very small. And the hard part is every 6 months they like completely redo the game because people get too good at the game.
Right.
Every 6 months, they're like, yeah, people are too good at the game, so they like throw away all the units and then bring in new ones.
Oh, wow.
Introduce new gimmicks and mechanics to keep people interested.
Which makes it fresh for you to stream as well.
Yes, that is one of the reasons why I enjoy it. I actually do get bored of it towards the end of a season, but that's just because like there's only so many combinations of units and strategies you can play before you get bored. Imagine if chess came out with 8 new pieces every 6 months, and you just got to learn the new pieces and figure out how to play around them.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, like imagine if next year randomly chess decided to buff the knight, and randomly the knight could, jump 3 squares, or the king could mate with the queen and become and create another pawn. There's a lot of new technology like that every 6 months in TFT.
And a lot of what makes TFT also awesome is just the synergy as you build out the meta, right? Which is something that doesn't exist at, say, chess, right? So, like, if you could build, like, a relationship between, like, a knight and a bishop, and if you had 4 of them all 4 of them on the board and they did something different versus if you only had 2 alive, might be an example of some sort of same kind of things that TFT kind of builds.
Yes, the game definitely evolves over time. It's a very social game in that what your best move is oftentimes changes based on what other people think the best move is. It's constantly evolving. And they recently, this is really strange, but it sounds like a really obvious feature, but they made the game such that if you ever look at someone else's board just to study it, see what they have, your character actually appears next to them and you can go up to them and do emotes, something like that.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's definitely new.
Whoever did this deserves a raise. It's actually one of the best features that they've ever come up with.
We'll have to ping Riot after the show and see if we can get that raise for that one dev or probably game designer who came up with that. Isn't it interesting though? Like now that you've done game development, that you understand or like you can see how all of those components behind the scenes go to make what you're actually getting to play on screen.
Oh yeah, I cannot imagine it would be easy. I heard TFT first started off as like a little hackathon project where it's just like five or less people were just like, I wonder if we can make auto chess but with our characters. And they did it. I heard it went well, and then Riot was like, yeah, we're down to just throw a few $1 million at this and see what happens.
And
it's
here
a
you
cool
are.
origin story.
Here you are, having built a career, and it's one of the games that you enjoy the most. So where are we at in the season for what you're playing now? Like, are we pretty early on, or so if somebody was going to jump in, is it pretty well baked, or?
Oh, we're in season 6, and there's a season every couple of years. So we're 3 years of TFT.
Okay. But do you feel like right now is still a good time if people wanted to jump in and kind of play, or are we close to a new season, you think?
Oh, the new season comes out in about 1 month.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I would actually not recommend playing right now. The only people who play are losers like me who want to climb rank after studying the game for so long. The game's going to rewrite itself in a couple of weeks.
Got it.
The ends of war are death.
So yeah, that would definitely be the best time to join in as a new player.
Is right at the beginning when nobody really kind of knows what's going on, and you can kind of figure it out with everybody. So do you do YouTube videos? You talked a little bit about the content you make, but do you do YouTube videos as well that have you like breaking down tactics for TFT, or do you do any game-like ones, or are you like hoping to do more like, sounds like stuff like ZHC, Mr. Beast, those like really fun, big, more production stuff?
Oh, those production things are very fun, but
okay.
They also require a lot of creative energy.
Yep.
I don't have that yet.
You don't have it yet. You're building it. You're building it up like you're leveling up in an RPG right now.
Yeah, my channel is still just gaming content.
Got it. And is a lot of it TFT focused and league focused?
Yep, that's mostly the entire thing. Although I know my editors get really excited every time I like do something more unique.
Right.
Every now and then I'll like play a different game with a big name, and then my editors get really excited just because it's something fresh to edit.
Nice. And then as you've kind of grown, you talk about editors. What are some of the other people who join you or who are part of your team that help you be successful as a content creator?
Oh, I would say the entire BoxBox team of like everyone who helps me with various things across all my projects. It's probably like over 30 people now.
Wow. Okay, so it's a pretty big crew.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, at any given point, I'll have like 4 or 5 projects running, just because I just really enjoy like embarking on creative projects. I mostly do the design work, so I'll spend a few days, draft up what I think a really cool idea would be, whether it's like a mini game or a collaboration or an event, and I'll design it, write out all the specifics, and then I'll pay like a group of people to then make it happen, and then I'll just check in intermittently.
Wow. Okay. And so it's funny because I've actually got to build a PC with ZHC, and he said that for those really big creative projects like what you're talking about, like your Mario Party video or that you guys are going to do, sometimes those things can take 8-9 months of just pre-production before even shooting. Are you finding that's a similar experience for you as you're trying to think of that creative energy?
Yes, this Mario Party project has taken 2 months, and I expect it to take another 2 or 3. And this is for a one-day event where we're just going to fly out a bunch of streamers to come play Mario Party for one day.
Yeah, it's a lot of coordination. Is this going to be like your most ambitious video that you've done yet?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I would say more of a stream than a video.
Okay, and then by the way, guys, we have our next code coming up right now. Next code coming up, PAX East is our next code. So there it is. We're showing up right here. PAX East is the next code again. If you're there in the chat, you don't put it in the chat. There's the link for the Gleam.io that hopefully you guys are getting in chat. And that's where you basically put in the code to win Core i7, Core i5s, and those 12th gen swag kits. There's the intel. There it is right there. The giveaway link is right there showing up in chat. Super appreciate all of you guys. First of all, can we just get a little hype? Are you guys having a good time here at PAX East? There we go. You guys enjoying the PC building and video game? Can we get to BoxBox, I think he's doing such a great job of not only playing the game, but also doing a good job of kind of explaining. Are you guys, have people learned something? Nobody's, okay, people are like, ish. Have you learned something about PCs today? Yeah, okay. So we're getting, there is some good education happening right now, but all in all, you're having a good time. That's the most important thing, right? That's right. Okay. So how many games have you played so far, BoxBox, today?
Today?
Yeah. Is you still on the first one?
Oh yeah, we're halfway through the first one.
Okay, how's it
I'm
going?
dead last. It's looking really bad.
Okay.
I played the entire game on autopilot, like I did high school. I haven't really done a single proactive thing this entire game, but that's all about to change. With this carousel, I just got the unit that is going to determine the direction of my game. I finally know what I'm doing, and now we're just gonna roll the dice and see if I hit.
Okay. So this is the moment.
Yes. Are you familiar with? Have you played this set of TFT?
No, I have not.
So they added this weird mechanic called the VIP, where every now and then a unit will light up in your shop. Oh!
Savor the
Whoa!
That wasn't the unit I was talking about, but it's very interesting. We're going to look for a very specific unit that, if we hit it, we just kind of, I wouldn't say win the game, but we get to know what direction we're going to go in for the rest of the game.
Okay.
I see this little funny green man. He kind of looks like Luigi if he were a Chad. His name is Draven. I've decided that he's going to be my main man for the rest of the game, or at least I would like him to be. And for this to happen, I need to get the VIP Draven. So I need to see a Draven in my shop that isn't just Draven, but is like glowing and flashing. The odds of this happening at this point in the game are probably like 2%.
So it's like you're pretty much like you're playing poker, the river's down, and you're pretty much waiting for whatever's going to win as the last card, and even odds smaller than that.
Yeah, my team will function kind of okay on its own. But the moment I see this flashy, sparkly Draven, then the game becomes like very interesting, and suddenly I'm maybe we're talking about playing for first place.
Okay. So here's the deal, guys. For those of you who've seen TFT, you probably know what that character is. So you're gonna have to help us hype up the rest of everybody, so that way they know that something good is happening. Because there's probably some people watching right now going like, I have no idea what's happening. These benches are comfortable though, and I'm having a great time. Yes, you know who you are. Yeah.
One of the most similar games to TFT is actually it's actually like poker if it were a like competitive strategy video game. It's all about like putting yourself in a situation to like have the highest chance of winning. There's a lot of RNG in the game, but good players tend to navigate their way through the chaos. And what we're going to go for here is we're just going to hope that we've done a good job giving ourselves enough outs. So like things we can see in the shop to win the game. I've already decided on the green man Draven, so I just want to see all the units that make him, give him a shield, give him a front line, give him supporting damage, or just more Dravens himself, just so we can hit the upgrades. The moment I get my third Draven, and if one of them's sparkling green, then we can like start cheering. It'll be really wild. Until then, I definitely think I'm competing for last place right now. It's looking very rough.
It's looking very rough. Okay, so where we are just on your PC build, things are going pretty well. We're getting ready to mount your AIO. So that's the cooler that's going to cool your CPU. So that's where we're kind of at on your side. So things are progressing pretty well here. So we're still in place. We're still in position for first place over here, but there is no other place. So I don't know. I'm either winning and losing at the same time. I don't really know how to compare it, unfortunately. So how many rounds do we have before you're at the end? Like, are we close to the end of the game? Are you mid game right now?
So in TFT, every time you lose a fight, like I'm about to right here, you lose some HP. It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like they deal damage directly to my life points. Here I just took 9 damage. You have 100 health total. You can see on the screen I have 37 left. If I lose like 4 more fights, I'm going to be dead. It's going to be really pathetic. So we're going to do everything in our power to not have that happen. Hopefully by the time we're dead, we'll have built a team that can just win for the rest of the game, at least until the top 4, in which case I would be very happy. What we're looking for when we look at other people's boards is how many other people are playing the Green Man Draven, and I see 1 and I see 2. There's only a very limited amount of this man to go around, so I need to get him very soon before other people do.
Right.
It's going to be a little bit of a race. I'm actually facing one right now. This is me if I were actually hot. This guy has got everything I want. He's got 2 Dravens. He's got the perfect support network for him. I'm very jealous. The only way I could win at this point is if I roll the dice and get very lucky. Of course, we're going to try. I'll fully admit I played this game on autopilot, and it's not looking good. In one more round, we're going to spend all of our money. We're gonna level up to increase our odds of hitting good units, and also increase the amount of units we can play on the field. And then we're gonna roll the dice and pray that we see the VIP Draven. It cannot just be a regular Draven. It has to be the VIP.
Yep. Okay, so but the odds are not in your favor. If this was the Hunger Games, it's not looking good for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Okay, I'm gonna need you to talk to the audience for a bit.
Okay, I gotta talk to the audience,
part.
guys. This is focus right now. Focus time.
And you get the horns.
So, for those of you guys who are in the audience, you're just watching me because he needs to focus. What I'm working on right now is just getting all the cable management as I prepare to mount the AIO. So, like I said, this right here is essentially our cooling. So I've got everything kind of wired up. The big thing here is just to make sure when I get it all through that I know what cables go to what. But everything for the most part, like once this is kind of in, this is like the three-quarter part done of the build once I get all these cables kind of through. Now I'm struggling here a little bit because these cables are a little squirrely, but we'll get it through. because I have to do this by myself all the time. So you learn about a bunch of these weird, stupid human tricks for building PCs if you do this by yourself on Twitch all the time. So that's what I'm focused on right here, is getting this undone while getting in and doing the BoxBox. My BoxBox tries and wins the game in his low odds state. So we have all of our front panels connected. Everything is basically hooked up to the PC. Everything that I'm working on right now is just to make sure that the cooling for that 12th gen 12700K is in solid state. And then this is where not being the tallest person in the world can sometimes hinder your ability, and especially if you don't quite have a magnetic screw. It's like they gave me like a, wow, okay. Dropped the screw, but it's fine, I found it. They gave me like a little bit of a deficit here, so I've got to kind of build with almost with an impedance as I build this. Okay, I just got to get 2 in, and then I'm good to go.
Savor the misery.
How many people? So I was asking this a little bit earlier.
I can make a difference.
If you're watching me build this rig right now, how many people have ever seen or done a full build? And this is like bringing back flashbacks a little bit. So you actually, good number of people have built. How many people? Okay, so here's the thing. How many of you guys have built more than one PC? Okay, so quite a few. How many have built more than 2? Wow. Okay, built more than 5.
Finding a path.
Wow. Okay, so you guys work it like an integrator, or you just build? No, you just build a lot of PCs. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So we have some people who built quite a few. We got some clapping going on. Did something good happen, or are you guys just trying to hype up the crowd?
Nothing good happened yet.
Okay, so we just have some people who are being good sports, I guess. They're just cheering for you, BoxBox. Nothing good has happened yet. So how many people here then, like after like having been at PAX and stuff like that, are planning on doing a first-time PC build? Like are really interested in building? Oh, is that the glowy one?
Yeah. Now we have to find another one to combine them.
Wow. Okay. I
That's
feel
it,
like
just
you
find
keep
another one.
making it harder. Every time I turn around, you're making it harder. Okay, so we got the glowy one. Thank you very much, by the way, for all the people who cheered. So that way we knew something special was going to happen. How many people, first time, who's planning on doing their first PC build in the next year? We got one person? I guess you, huh? Yeah, oh, you got 2. Okay, got 2 people who are going to be building a PC for the first time in the year. Right now, I'm just basically entertaining you while I screw in all the screws onto the top of this case here, just to make sure we want to make sure this PC goes through shipping and makes it okay. How many people? Here's another question. Can I get a raise of hands if you have a PC? How many people are people who've purchased a PC from like iBuyPower, Alienware, something like that? Anybody purchased a PC from like a company? Oh, a couple people, 2 or 3. How can you guys are over here going, I don't know, sorta? Oh yeah, to get parts. Okay. Okay.
I can do this.
So really what we have here in the crowd is the majority of people are DIY, kind of DIY builders. Okay, nice. So did you guys, okay, so let me ask you this question then. Did you guys come to see the PC build? Raise your hand if you came to see the PC build. Okay, how many people came to see BoxBox? There we go. Okay. BoxBox, you got so many fans out here.
Thank you, guys.
For those of you who came to see the PC build, I hope you're not disappointed.
No following these.
You got bonus content. That's the way to think of it. Okay, so we got all those fans in. All that stuff is good. So we got a rear exhaust fan we got to install. That's fine. So all in all, we're in good shape. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab our bracket and get this mounted on. There we go. And then we got a little thermal paste. So going from here, what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just mounting the CPU AIO. We'll do that down on the ground here in a minute, and just getting that onto the motherboard. Is it going well?
Nope.
Nope.
I didn't get it. We didn't hit it.
no!
That's okay. I played a really poor game that game.
Okay, so we're playing again though. Do you have like any post-game rituals we need to do? Like, do we need to do some like, some stretching, like maybe anything like that, or no? You just go. You're just like ready to go.
Yeah, after a lot. Well, I always say if you want to climb rank in any competitive environment, after every game you take a good 5-10 minute break, even after a win, just so you mentally reset. I never do that.
Okay. So that's just good advice for people who aren't you.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you have
got
the
it.
self-control to not immediately queue up after a poor performance. A lot of times, if it helps you feel any better, you can like blame RNG, but that game I just played it very poorly.
Okay. At least you're honest with yourself.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
After a lot of games, I usually like to put my hands together and think, but a lot of people in chat mistake that for like praying.
Oh,
It's not.
okay.
I'm not like praying for good luck. I'm just thinking, but people tend to make the mistake there.
People.
There's an emote in chat called Prage. And they like to copy me whenever they see me start thinking.
It's called Prage.
Yeah, it's literally like a funny green man praying. I understand the similarities, but I'm not trying to imitate that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, guys, we're just going to verify. Yes, sometimes even I, because I've built like 500 plus PCs, but even I like to verify that I'm actually doing things correctly with the installation of the parts here. So just giving you guys a quick update on what's happening here on the build. What we have right now is we have everything is in good shape. We got most of the stuff like loaded up. What we're going to work on now is we're going to work on mounting the AIO onto the motherboard with the thermal paste. I'm just doing some test fitting here because I need to see how this actually works. It's usually just pretty straightforward.
I have some questions about this PC.
Okay, what's your questions?
I'm curious about benchmarks. You know Elden Ring?
Yes.
Can this PC easily run Elden Ring on max settings?
This PC could very easily run Elden Ring at max settings. Elden Ring is actually capped at 60 FPS. It does not take a ton, and this PC would be overpowered for essentially running Elden Ring.
I see. So, what is a good benchmark that you can give me that would really tell me how powerful this is?
So usually the ones that we have a tendency to use are like Cyberpunk 2077. Like Cyberpunk is a great one because you've got like DLSS. Depending on what resolution do you usually play games at? Do you know?
1440p.
1440p. So yeah, you're still going to get some benefit there out of the obviously at 1440p. You're going to get some benefit out of because your CPU is still going to do use. So Cyberpunk 2077. I can look. What I'll do is I'll take a gander here in a second, and I'll give you some benchmarks because we've obviously tested 12700K with the 3080, but it runs. I mean, you can do with DLSS probably set at performant like close to 100 frames per second, which would actually be pretty good. And then of course it goes down the more the set you for quality, but at least you're getting 60 FPS at 1440, 60 plus FPS at 1440p, even with DLSS set to quality.
Okay.
So really good, and that's like a really high end. I mean, that's a big high end game.
Okay, I have a very dumb person question to ask you, and I hope that when I ask you, you're not going to think of me any lower.
Why would I think of you lower? Did I already have a low opinion of you?
I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone with that game. Okay, so if my monitor is 144 hertz,
Yep.
and my game runs at 1,000 FPS. Does that matter? Is that any different?
So your question is one more time.
If I have a 144 hertz monitor,
Yep.
and I run a game at like 1,000 FPS,
Yep.
does that do anything compared to just running at 144 FPS?
Just make sure that you're not going to have any dips whatsoever in terms of because your frame rate is so high above that, then you're just not going to have any issues in terms of you're getting 144 all the time. So you're just guaranteeing you're getting the quality. And we do have our next code, by the way, guys. Code 6 is coming up, and then I believe it's Tomahawk E project, which is what you guys are seeing here, the motherboard that we have inside of here, which is the Tomahawk E project, which is done after Neon Genesis Evangelion. So it's that purple one. Okay, so we're gonna get our thermal paste on here. It's always fun. then we're gonna do a little bit of like a weird one just to make sure we get spread. Usually I will spread this evenly, but what I'm looking for here, because I don't have the ability to do that, is I'm just gonna put little dots. So when I press it down, we cover the entire IHS, which is actually really important on a 1210. So to answer did that answer your question though? Is that what you wanted to know?
Yeah, what you said makes a lot of sense. So running like unlimited FPS doesn't really matter. If you know your refresh rate.
The only thing that it's doing at that point in time is, like I said, you're just ensuring that you're not going to have an issue with your frame rate going below a certain point.
Okay.
So that way you're always going to get your 144 hertz. That is not the prettiest thermal taste spread, but when I don't have the right my spreader, I have to just make sure it's everywhere so it spreads all the way.
If you were like completely on your own and not giving an instructional video, how long would it have taken you to build this whole thing from scratch?
If I was going to do it with cable management and everything, probably about 45 minutes.
45?
Yeah, I could do this in about 45 minutes. With an AIO and cable management and just focused, yeah.
How long would it take a beginner?
So it took Henry Cavill with an AIO. It took him, almost, I don't know, anywhere between, usually, I think most people, it's probably anywhere between 8 and 12 hours.
Oh my God.
But we had a guy who did a full custom water loop yesterday from Main Gear. There was some creative liberties taken, but he did the whole thing in just under, and that was like just under under 40 minutes, and that was full custom water loop. Which I did that live on stream with chatting, and that took 10 hours.
I see.
So yeah, PC building, like for most people, like the one I always like to talk about is Henry Cavill. I mean, who here, just audience, who knows Henry Cavill? So he built his first PC using an N6T, but like you can watch it, like he ended up having issues with installing his AIO. So there's just a lot of things that I've just learned how to do that are making pretty easy that we do pretty quickly. But I'm just so used to now building it, like kind of like when you play games, I'm just so used to doing it and then chatting at the same time.
That's a cool formula. I see that it's becoming a lot more popular on Twitch and YouTube lately.
Yeah, there's and I'm like you. Like I'm always happy to see more and more people doing it, because it just like then I kind of like you watch somebody have like a really cool creative idea and you're like, oh, we should do that or do it better, etc. Just like kind of what you're talking about.
And I'm sorry I have to take so much heat of the camera right now. The reason there's no gameplay being shown is because we've been in queue all this time waiting to find opponents.
We'll get you guys. I feel good opponents coming soon.
Oh, it popped.
I feel a win. Do you feel a win coming or no?
No, it actually just popped. That's crazy.
Oh,
8 minutes in queue. I made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Playing on one of my higher ranked accounts. I should have played on a lower ranked account so I could autopilot it.
Oh,
but
so you
at
could
this
talk.
point, I did think about switching silently. That way we could have an easy game and get, like those kind of 3 stars, get the montage play and get everybody to clap. But at this point, it's a matter of pride.
Got it.
I'd be really ashamed if I'd feel like a quitter if I swapped accounts.
I don't think let's ask chat. Let me if you guys wouldn't have had an issue, you guys just want BoxBox to have a good time and play and just be entertaining. Can we get a round of applause for that? Yeah. You guys just want to see him play. You guys wouldn't have thought poorly for him, right? No. See? They support you. Chat also saying nope. Yep, that people are clapping even in chat, BoxBox. They just want you to have fun. They're here for you, buddy. Okay, so now guys, we've got our AIO installed. Most of the stuff is wired. I'm just going to put some things back, do a little bit of cable management. And then what we're going to do is once the cable management is done, this is always it's weird. I don't know if you know this, BoxBox, but people will watch me for like an hour and a half, just make the cables look pretty on the back.
Oh.
So I don't know, people find it super therapeutic, but now that's what we're going to do here is make sure that it looks as good on the back as it does on the front. And then from there, I just got to put in your GPU. Put in your PSU, and then once I've got that done, we'll have you come back, put in your own GPU, and then we'll go from there. So that way you can put in like the big one. Everybody loves to see 3080s kind of get unboxed.
Follow the compass in their heart.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. How far away are we from like the completion of the PC?
If I was gonna rush, I mean, I'm saying I'm gonna do probably about half an hour, maybe 20, 30 minutes of good cable management to make it look good. And then after that, I don't know, probably another choice. So looking at it, yeah, we're right on time. So I'd say probably right around about an hour from now, we should be ready to turn it on. How you feeling? That's like what, 30 games for you? 30 more games?
Well, 30.
Not 30. How long is the game? It's about half an hour, right?
45 minutes
45
if you make
minutes?
it to the end.
Okay, so I think, why don't we just aim for you to, I think we're going to aim for you to get through a couple more games, and then we should be at a good point for you to turn it on and do the rest.
Okay. Sounds great.
That's what I'll aim for.
As expected.
'Cause I got all my, I'm at like the just last cables are already hooked up. Everything's kind of good to go. And we got some nice sleeved cables here to just keep with the theme. Rumor is I got more. Maybe I got more. I got some options here for some other cables. Oh, and I got zip ties too. Look at that. They got some zip ties to match kind of the theme. We got white zip ties given the Evangelion theme, so that should be good. Okay, so we're just hooking up cables now. What's going on over there? What are we thinking meta-wise? How's the opener?
Bad.
Okay.
I lost the opening carousel. The opening carousel, it's like there's a bunch of items at the beginning. You just get to choose which one you start with. A lot of players like have a preference on what they want. I have like when I start a game, I have like this list. It's like, okay, grab the belt. If I can't get the belt, grab the chain. If I can't grab the chain, grab the sword. And then I failed my entire flowchart, and I got the worst item in the list.
Oh, good.
So it's looking bad.
So already off to a really good start is your point.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be amazing. Best game ever. So here, let me ask you this. If the next game goes well, if the next game doesn't go well, you think you're going to, you might go with your original strategy, maybe go to something a little lower to give them some hype gameplay maybe?
Oh, do I look like a quitter? I'll just play better.
I wasn't saying that.
Although,
Well, look at people supporting you.
I do regret my choice of game a little bit. Now that I think about it, if I had to choose a game to play on a stage,
Okay.
it should have been Mario.
Oh, okay.
That's actually like a very fun, even though I'm not like the best at it, it's just a very fun game to play on a stage. It'll be
Right.
like one of those speedrunning marathons with lower standards. Or even just League of Legends, actually. Oh my god, I should have played League of Legends. I wonder, it might not even be too late.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe I'll
And
switch
then,
to League of
look at
Legends
that.
halfway
Shout out to
through.
this cosplayer right here in the front. Look at that. Wow. That is awesome. Wow, look at that. Dude, great job. She's like, thank you. That's probably one of my favorite things about PAX is just the cosplay. Man, some incredible cosplay. So pretty awesome stuff. You guys seen some good cosplay while being out here? Yeah? I see you guys all dressed as PAX attendees. It's very quality.
There's a lot of good cosplay out there.
Yeah. Now you do cosplay, right?
I would say used to. I want to do it again in the future, but I've gained 15 pounds over COVID, and once I work that off, I can then cosplay again.
So what's your regimen? Like, what's your how do you lose it? Is it like you doing hot
Starvation.
yoga? Oh, starvation. That's healthy.
I'm not a fan of using energy.
Okay.
Oh, I hope I win this. Sheesh!
There we go.
I'm not a fan of using energy, so I'd rather eat less and suffer rather than do exercise.
Actually,
I ran a mile earlier for the first time in 3 years.
How'd that go?
17 minutes.
Okay, but it's a start. It's
Yes,
a start.
It's a start.
It's a
for sure.
start. Let's look at it in a positive light. It's a start. So you're not a huge fan of exercise, huh?
Actually, I really like rock climbing. Once you
Oh,
gamify
wow.
the exercise, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't do rock climbing, but I do mountain climbing. So I've got 4 mountains. Four mountains we're summiting this year.
Oh, 4 mountains.
Yes, we're doing Mount Rainier, Mount Adams, Mount St. Helens, and Fuji this year.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Wait. Oh, you like hike up the mountain?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, there's hike. I mean, they're 14,000 feet, so it's a little more than hiking. But yeah, pretty close. Yeah. So where's been? Have you had good places to rock climb around where you live, or?
Yeah, I just go to a bouldering gym.
Okay.
Everyone there is extremely fit and attractive. It is the most, on average, hot activity I've ever seen.
Okay, so you fit in there very nicely then.
That's very flattering.
I was trying to give you some love.
These jerks don't know when to quit.
You guys think? Let me ask. BoxBox fits in there nicely, right? Am I right? Yes, that's right. There we go. Look, even chat is clapping for you right here. They're like, yes, he belongs there. So what made you decide to run a mile? You were just like, was this about like just understanding where you were from a standpoint, or
Oh,
like a
definitely
benchmark?
like feeling a belly and then wanting to do something about it in the immediate short term. I then run 1 mile and feel like I have accomplished something.
Okay.
Feels nice.
Okay. And so when you were done, you were like, you felt really good about what had actually happened there. You were like, yeah, okay, I've done something for myself.
Yeah, and then
to
usually
order some
when I
ice
do
cream.
something good for myself, I then tell my stream about it later, and then everyone just starts they start pogging. You know what pog is?
Yes.
It's like a face. It's like half open, but really excited.
Well, good for you though. Do you find like having chat as an outlet to talk to them about things like that is always a good thing, right? Like just to be able to share those kind of personal victories, sometimes even if they're small.
Almost a requirement. I think if I don't update them regularly, like I'm not a good liar. I can't just make up a bunch of stuff. I have to like actually do stuff that I can then tell my chat about, so that like when I play TFT, I promise you if I actually talked about TFT the whole time, they would have fallen asleep.
Right.
So I have to talk about random real life tidbits and like give them my take on it. I really hate to use this word, but you know the word influencer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty familiar with it, yeah.
We're influencers, so I have to, it's in the job resume, in the job description to like tell my chat about something that happened and then tell them how I feel about it so that they can then copy my stance on it and feel like
influenced.
Yeah, feel influenced.
Okay. We're learning things today.
So have you this is like parenting trick.
Yep.
Where when like a baby like accidentally falls, they actually won't start crying immediately. They'll look at like the
see
mother.
If there's a reaction. Yep.
And see like if the mother's worried, and if the mother's worried, then they'll start crying. But if the mother's like, laughing, then the baby will laugh too. Managing a Twitch chat is very much like that. Something really crazy happens and like it's really bad, but like then I'm like, wait, I'm an influencer. I start going like, nice, and everyone in the chat just like, oh, I start clapping. Everyone in chat just starts clapping. It's wonderful. I lost the round. Oh no.
You left the room? Oh.
No, I lost the round.
Oh, you lost the round. I thought you left the room. I was like, how are you talking to me right now? So do you feel like, as an influencer and knowing that you got that kind of, that people are listening for those sort of, that you feel like there's a sense of responsibility that comes with that as well?
I mean, I would like to think I don't spread bad takes.
Okay.
I think that's enough. That's enough good influencing.
Okay. That makes sense. What's been some of your most proud moments now that you look back at your career, because you built a career, which I think is like absolutely true. What have been some of those awesome milestones you've kind of hit as you've done this?
Oh, that's actually a very good question. Awesome milestones.
I like this question, right? Because it's like I like to help people ponder, what has been some of the big successes, right? Because I think an attitude of gratitude, as bad as that sounds, also helps us do better in terms of just being positive about things, even when things are maybe not going our way or not as things. There's a lot that we can be thankful for, especially in careers like what you've built, right? So I think it's always awesome to kind of ask people, well, what are some of the coolest things that you've ever been able to accomplish? You look back, you're like, yeah, I was really proud of that, or that was super awesome.
Looking back, it would definitely be along the lines of my like achievement streams.
Okay.
So, for example, are you familiar with the term subathon?
Yes, of course. Yes.
So around 8 years ago, I did the first ever subathon.
Okay.
And then now that the idea is like copied and printed everywhere, it makes me feel very flattered. It made me feel like I had a really good idea. But like 8 years ago, I custom designed a bot that would create a timer that would get extended every time someone subs. It's just the standard subathon now. But I was the first person to do it. And then I was very happy when everybody started copying it. My name didn't get put on there. Like nobody called it BoxBox's subathon. But I thought it was very flattering that if my idea was good enough to get stolen, it meant it was a good idea.
Yeah, I can get that. By the way, guys, we have our next code, which it makes me smile because I don't get to do this very often. But next code is Robeytech. There it is. Next code, Robeytech. There it is. Enter that for a chance to win those Core i7, Core i5, and those 12th Gen swag kits. So I did not know that. Yeah, that's a huge thing because I know so many influencers, especially Twitch streamers, who've done the subathons. Some of them to unhealthy levels, we might say. But that's pretty cool to have been something that pioneered something like that. That's pretty cool. No, I have to say, yeah, that's quite a cool accomplishment there, BoxBox.
Yeah. Another idea I was very proud of was, it's kind of overdone now, but unranked to like Challenger. That was how I got my stream big in the first place.
They won't survive.
Doing a bunch of unranked to Challenger streams, where I would take like a brand new account. Back then, there was like this very big perception that like the game was all luck.
Okay.
Or like League of Legends was all luck. It's just like, oh, I have all these bad teammates and I can't win. So then what I did to grow my stream, I used to average 300 concurrent viewers. What I did to grow was I started this stream. The concept was just like, hey, I'm gonna take this brand new account and I'm gonna show everyone who thinks that they're stuck in elo hell that they just like need to play differently or think differently and open up their mind. And then we did it. We took a brand new account from the lowest rank to the highest rank in a couple days. And it brought the concurrence for that month from 300 to 25,000.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big jump.
Yeah, that was when I was 16. That was how I got my stream started at all.
So one question did come up that I got. Did you win that last round? Because we weren't being able to watch, but we're so curious. Did you win that last round?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm on a big losing streak, but I have something very interesting in the works.
Okay. Okay.
There's a concept in teamfight tactics called playing flexibly, where you just kind of see what the shops give you, and then you play around it. And these shops are actually giving me something very interesting. They're giving me a lot of the same unit. Another green man. We have 7 of them, and once you get 9, he becomes really like shiny and golden, and then everybody claps.
Okay, you guys
so
got that?
We're very close. We're only 2 away.
We're only 2 away. Let's go ahead and practice that. He just got 7 of them. You got to get 7?
Oh yeah, we just have to wait for 2 more, and I'm sure the applause will
He
start.
just got 7 green men. What do we do? What do we do,
wait.
audience? There we go. Hey, one person's got it. There we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this one's a little bit easier to hit. In TFT, there's a concept called reroll, and there's a concept called like flex play. Reroll is when you decide I just want to get a golden version of this unit, and I'm gonna just like play them till the end of the game. Talon's not a particularly rare unit, but to get 9 of any unit is pretty hard. So we got a lot of Talons. We're saying, okay, we're gonna go ahead and try to get 9 of them and see what happens.
And it doesn't feel like this is like, I mean, you said he's not particularly rare, but does this happen very often in a game to get 9?
If you try to force it, like if you say I'm gonna reroll until the end of time and use all of my resources, yeah, like it'll happen in a good percentage of your games.
Okay, okay.
All right, here it is. We're gonna play the slot machine. I'm gonna roll down a lot of money, and we're just gonna hope to see the green man appear twice.
That's what we're hoping for. Hopefully you guys, basically make sure you cross your toes, your arms, your legs, all that stuff. We need extra luck today for BoxBox, because he's not a quitter, right, BoxBox?
Huh?
You're not a quitter, right?
I'm not a quitter.
He's not a quitter. So if somebody was wanting to get into playing TFT, like they were like, hey, I wanted to learn how to do this, start playing this game, I want to be pro like BoxBox. What would be the way of doing it? How would you suggest going about it? You talked to me about, hey, I want to build a PC, or I wanted to start learning a PC. How do I learn about TFT?
Oh, TFT is definitely a game you should just go in and play until you know the basics. It's way more fun to play than to study.
Okay.
A lot of games, like even League of Legends, like it's not very good to study, or studying is really boring. So I tell people just like play, and then if they're really serious about getting better, then they can study. But at the beginner levels, just keep playing, and most importantly, just like play what you enjoy. There are a lot of builds in this game that are not good, but they're very fun.
I never compromise.
And usually the thing is that I feel like Riot has done a good job, like at the lower ladders, that people have an opportunity to explore. Oh,
There he is.
it happened, BoxBox.
Yep. Now it's just like a game to see if we can play it well enough to get to the end, or get to first. This entire game, you see this very shiny green man. He's a little golden too.
Yeah.
He's just gonna jump to the other side of the board and then just kill everything around him. And we're basically gonna flip a coin. It's almost a bad thing. We're gonna flip a coin a lot of times and just hope that it keeps landing on the right side.
It's enough. It's what we're hoping for, right?
Well, like there's two sides. There's a left side and right side of the board.
Ah,
I'm gonna keep
I
on
see.
putting him on one side and just hoping that he hits.
So there's a little bit of RNG here that you gotta rely on a little bit.
Some call it RNG. What we can do here, there's a word the cool kids like to use. It's a little cringe.
Okay.
But if you look on the right side, there's 3 swords, and this marks my 3 possible opponents. So what I could do if I feel like being very cringe is I could look at my 3 opponents, left side, right, left side, and then quickly just move over my units at the last second to make sure I'm on the right side.
Right.
You will randomly get one of your 3 opponents. You don't know which one it's going to be, but if 2 of them are on the same side, we'll always choose that one and increase
Right.
our odds of hitting. But otherwise, this game is much better than the last one. It's very smooth sailing.
So you're feeling pretty good about this one. You feel like you're not cheaping out, or sorry, that's not right. I mean, that's not right. You feel like you're giving everybody kind of the show that you were hoping to give them. Like you're using the right account.
Oh yeah, we're definitely not playing an easy game. This is definitely a game I can be proud of if we win.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so really what's going on here on the PC side is we're at the very end of cable management. All the stuff's hooked up. We're starting to make the back look good. That's really kind of the point I'm at right now, is just to make it look as pretty as humanly possible. As pretty is always better. And then, BoxBox, where are we at? How's your health and stuff?
Well, we're sitting in 6th place, but it's not that bad.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I promise it's not that bad. We are, the term is called, we just hit. We just spiked. We were very strong, and now we're going to be the ones inflicting damage onto everyone else. As long as I keep guessing the correct side to place my units on.
And the cringe thing, you said, like the cringe thing why is it so cringe to try and prepare, right? Like doesn't that feel like a good strategy, or is it not?
Oh, it's definitely pretty cringe. Something that involves the TFT. A lot of people like to say this is like a game of strategy and good decision making. So when it comes down to something like quickly flashing your screen, writing down what side they're on, and then quickly swapping to match them, a lot of people really don't like that.
Okay. By the way, guys, we have the next code coming up, Ava01. So there it is, EVA01 from Neon Genesis Evangelion. There it is right there. Again, we're building an Evangelion themed PC. So that if you're just joining us, you're like, why? And then that's why. So it's all part of a larger plan. for what we're doing today. So, and then now what we're going to do, just going to hide these last fan cables here, get them out under control, and then I'm actually in really good shape. So you're, so just watching, so you're up to 4th now.
Yeah, well, by just simply not losing rounds, we are going to slowly move up.
Yep.
It usually, the damage ramps up over time, so it gets a lot scarier as you get to the end.
Right.
People, by the time the first person dies, everyone else is usually very close to dying. Especially the higher up the ladder you go, people tend to get better and better at the game, so they kind of can hold on to for dear life a lot cleaner.
Because that's usually when they might hit or whatever it is, right? And so they know that they're going to win a whole lot more. So even if they've got a sliver, they can still go for a while.
Yeah, in this game, the strategy goes actually very deep. Just because someone is 6th on the leaderboard doesn't mean they're actually 6th place.
Right.
There's a very big trade-off of you save up your money. There's a lot of banking stuff. The more money you have in your bank, the more money you get every round. So there will be people who just lose a bunch of rounds on purpose, get a very big bankroll, and then spend a lot of money all at once.
Right.
That is what we did this game. That's why we were so low HP earlier, and now we're winning rounds. So this guy sitting in last place, I don't really know his current status, but he could be very close to spending a large amount of money and just spiking really hard.
And it was all just part of his strategy at the beginning, essentially.
Yeah, it goes very deep, and then certain players are just better at managing it than others.
Something needs killing.
Quick feet, quick trigger.
And so you're just, at this point in time, it's games take what they take because it's just, there's no set number of rounds. It's basically just until people essentially die.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all coming back to me now. I'm getting my refresher course. Care of BoxBox. Welcome to BoxBox Teamfight Tactics Masterclass. What's going on right now?
Okay, so right now, we basically finished our build. We used to make one very important decision. Every TFT player will have to make this in a game where they're kind of strong. The question is just do we want to go 9 or do we want to keep rolling down and improving our board at 8? And what 9 and 8 mean is just wow, he won. What a Chad. You can spend money in this game to make your to level up, which means your shops in general show better units, and you get 1 extra slot on the board to play.
And so you've got to make the call on whether you're going to do that or not.
Yeah, I'm making the call on if I want to save up money to go 9 or if I want to just keep rolling here. And my answer is definitely keep rolling, at least for now. There's a lot that I could hit to get much stronger.
So what are you trying to hit? What would be the stuff that you could hit right now that would make it stronger?
So in TFT, if you hit 3 of the same unit, you get an upgrade.
Okay, so those are kind of.
I have a lot of pairs right now. I'm sitting at 2 out of 3 for a lot of units, so I'm just rolling and hoping to see the lights light up. TFT is a lot of competitive slots. You just do a lot of math on if you should roll, and then you can't actually force yourself to get upgrades. You just keep rolling the dice when the math is favorable for you, and then you just hope that it lands.
But you wouldn't say that this game is necessarily all luck.
Absolutely not. Poker, in 1 round, feels like luck, but over the course of a full game, the better players definitely tend to win.
And like you said earlier on, if you might have missed it, guys, he said that this game is a lot like poker in that regard, right? That's a good real world game to kind of compare this against.
Yes. Poker is actually very similar to this game. If poker became like a slot machine and very visual, a lot of the math is similar. Not the actual gameplay mechanics, but the calculated math comes into play.
Odds of things and stuff like that. So you said, given that we're a month away, right, from the new meta, you're not bored with the game now, though, or are you? Because that's something you said earlier. So do you feel like this season has been better because you're not bored or you are bored?
I think I've done everything I want to do. Now I'm just like trying to climb as high ranked as I can on the ladder.
Do you have a goal in mind you'd love to hit?
Well, I think there's like between 2 and 3 million players in North America. Very recently, we just hit top 30.
Okay, wow.
Something like top 10 would be wonderful.
I think crowd thinks you can do it. Okay. Our back is clean. Okay, so on the PC build, guys, we've now finished all the cable management, just got everything kind of cleaned and out of the way. Everything's hooked up. So now what I'm going to work on is I'm just cutting off the last of these cable combs, or sorry, cable ties, which I like zip ties a lot. Just going to make things look nice. And then now we're going to put in our PSU. While BoxBox continues to dominate on the field.
How far away from the PC finishing?
So I'm putting in your PSU now, which is kind of like the last of the components until we do the GPU. So I'd say, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes at this point in time.
Oh, we're almost done.
Yeah, we're actually in good shape. And I was being a little anal with some of your stuff too, so I'm definitely not rushing.
Now this is fun.
Ooh.
Ooh, what? Everything okay?
At this point in the game, everyone just gets a random free item.
Okay, did you get some good?
Yeah, there's a lot of RNG on if it's like one that's good for you, and this one was very good for me. So, ooh. In TFT, a lot of the times, it is a game of 8 players, and it is a game of a lot of variance. So there will be games where you just like, the odds weren't in your favor, or you played really poorly, one or the other. Hard to say exactly what happened in each game, but a lot of the time, we can place ourselves like on a range of where we think we'll place. One is looking like somewhere between 2nd and 4th.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty good though.
I would be very happy for a 2nd, and I would be unhappy at a 4th.
Okay. But that's where you think things sit right now.
If we hit our remaining upgrades, and if we guess the correct side.
And so it looks like some people have actually been eliminated at this point, just looking at your screen.
Yes, at this point we're guaranteed, even if we forfeited right now, we are guaranteed at least 5th. And very likely one person will die here, so it will probably be a 4th, which will be nice. A 4th is a small win. In TFT, the ranking system, they classify wins based off of like how hard or not hard you won.
Disappointing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I'm going to die soon.
Uh-oh. I don't like that uh-oh.
So like, I wouldn't be that happy with a 4th, is what I mean to say. Because you wouldn't even gain very much.
So you're looking like, as we get higher up, 3rd, 2nd, you're getting happier and happier as that goes up.
Yes. In general, like a 1st place is worth 4 times as much as a 4th place.
Just getting your cable combs on. This is all the stuff that makes the build just look that much prettier. Okay. Did you lose or? Yeah, you did.
We got 4th. We got destroyed. It wasn't even close.
Okay, so it looks like we got one more game. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of playing League. I think it might be more interesting.
You think it'd be more interesting? Why? Just
like on a big screen, you can do a lot of fun, cool things on certain League characters. In TFT, no one's gonna be like, "Holy crap, the decision making!" Oh, what a good decision! It's more like people just see the final placement and it's like, "Oh, nice." Which that game was like, okay, we got 4th, we got a small win. It wasn't particularly close to anything better. But in League of Legends, you can do cool things and people can see it.
right. So you feel like there's just a direct translation in terms of just doing something neat and that people can celebrate a little bit more from a big stage standpoint.
Is there time for one more game?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Let's play
Yes.
one League game.
We're good. I just got the okay.
Yeah, I should have chose this originally. I didn't realize how awkward it would be to play TFT. I felt really bad. There's not enough time to explain decisions, so we just kind of like make the decisions and then just a final result happens. But this will be a lot better.
Okay. Well, I'm excited about it. Like, again, I like that you think about those things, and that's some of the stuff that's always nice. It's usually you can tell a good streamer, good content creator that tries to take that into account for being entertaining for the people who are watching. Okay, guys, let's give you guys a quick update since we're kind of at the polished part of the build. So we can give you guys a view here of where the build kind of sits. Okay, we're gonna go top down here so you guys can see. So here's where things kind of are. As you can see, we're just putting in the cable combs at this point in time. So we've got everything wired up and ready to go. The build's basically in good shape. I'm just making it look pretty. We're gonna be using blue and white cables just to kind of go along with things. So these will be for our GPU. We got 3 GPU cables, and we've got our EPS CPU that I've got to plug in. And then, again, kind of like white and accent is where we're going to get. So this should look really good when we get it all turned on and everything like this. So, again, wanting something that does a lot of color reflection and things like that. So AIO's in. Then all we have is we're just going to throw our PSU in, GPU, and then even on the back here, I want to, again, everything's pretty clean, just looks really nice. So all we'll do the same thing with this. So this will sit alongside, and then like I said, it'll kind of hide this part, so we'll have that like that. But again, very, very clean looking, almost minimal in terms of the cables. I couldn't run this the way that I wanted to, but for the most part, everything else just looks really, really nice.
Are you going to do that cable management to make it look really nice?
So that's what you have here.
Oh.
So it's like, like I said, all of the cables are all clumped together, clean. And then, like I said, this will even be done. We'll get this down so it just sits like that as well. So it looks really, really good. But like you said, the cables are very, very minimal.
Okay. I'm excited to see it. I've never had clean cables.
That's what you want at the end. Okay, Code 9, guys, by the way, is PC giveaway. Code 9 PC giveaway. Again, there are a number of PCs that we're giving away here in partnership with Intel. Here at PAX, we have things from Origin, Main Gear. I think Zydax is on here. Tons of different ones. A bunch of different things. So PC giveaway. Just a great kind of celebration for the stuff that's kind of happening here at PAX today. So we're not giving this PC away, though. This PC belongs to BoxBox. How's our queue?
Not popped yet.
But that's what we're waiting for right now at this point in time, right?
Yeah. This could take anywhere from like 1 to 10 minutes.
So you're feeling pretty good? What are you gonna play? We're looking at mid laner, jungle.
Oh, we're gonna try to play top. We're solo queuing, so it might give us anything, but we're gonna try to play top lane. It's what most people watch the stream for.
So what is it that you like about top lane the most?
Oh, there's this girl. We went to high school together.
You did,
Oh, she's great. She's got white hair. a big sword, if you know what I mean. He's really edgy.
We weren't allowed to carry weapons at my high school. I mean, that seems like a pretty unique experience there. What's up, Ricari?
And then if we end up not getting top lane, we'll play a really funny bald man in the jungle.
Okay.
Should be almost as exciting. We're sitting here waiting for the queue to pop.
I'm waiting for
this PC case. A lot of the parts came from, or like they have Evangelion branding on it.
Yep.
But
the parts are from MSI. It's a partnership with MSI and Evangelion.
I watch a lot of anime, but I don't know much about Evangelion. Can you tell me about that?
So it's it's funny you would ask. Like, so it's one of those things that I've actually watched a number of years ago, and I don't remember very much. What I remember more than anything was there was a lot of angst, a lot of mechs fighting, and then there was a lot of dad issues. So it's pretty much like most of anime, but in terms of remembering the core story, I couldn't remind you. I couldn't remember it all. It's funny because they were saying it was like, oh yeah, do you know the IP? And I was like, yeah, I love it, but I can't remember any of it because it's been so long since I've watched it. So I don't think I did I didn't do it a lot of justice outside of just remembering a lot of scenes that are kind of flashing through my head in terms of what happened, but I couldn't remember as to why. So did that help though? Do you feel like you're fully educated now on this whole thing?
Yeah, once you said mechs, I kind of remembered a lot.
Yeah. I did a great job of, how many people here are Neon Genesis Evangelion fans? Anybody? Yeah, I did a terrible job of no, actually he was pretty happy with it. Oh, okay, good. There was one fan, he said I did okay. So I appreciate that. I feel a little bit better. So I made my one fatal mistake that I seem to make sometimes a lot, where I blocked my EPS CPU connection via my AIO. So I got to fix that real quick. But the rest of the build comes out pretty clean. Audience, what do you guys think so far of how the PC's coming out? Pretty clean? Pretty good? For those of you who are PC builders? Yeah, okay. There we go. How many of you, this is the first time watching a live full PC build? How many people? Got a number? Okay, so pretty good amount. Raise your hand if this will be the last time you watch a full live PC build. Yeah, exactly. I like the honesty. Look, so you're still waiting for Q, huh?
Yeah, in League of Legends specifically, once you get into champ select and everyone starts picking their characters, it's a 5-minute process. Someone just left halfway through.
Oh
so,
no!
It like restarts.
Oh, so you're basically waiting. Now you said that like you hope that you get to play top or jungle or mid lane or whatever. Is it just based on what character you can select there that lets you choose it, or is it like you actually get assigned a role?
Yeah, when you queue up, you get to choose 2 roles.
Okay.
And then you get one of the 2. And then we're just hoping for top. And then there's also like a kind of complex pick and ban phase. We just hope that we don't get banned out. I did show my pick in the champ select, and then someone dodged. So now that we get into the next one, someone could, if they're cringe, remember my pick and then ban it out.
Oh. Hopefully that does not happen. We want entertaining. I can write my friends at Riot and say, hey, can you just make sure that he gets what he wants? Should we do that? I feel like that's a good strategy. Nope, that's not okay with you?
I wish I had that kind of in with Riot.
So what other games? So you've been playing Mario. When you're speedrunning, you were talking about that. You're like, you wish you'd done a speedrun of Mario. What's been your fastest completion time for speedrun?
For Mario?
Yeah.
My fastest time is 17 minutes and 58 seconds.
Wow.
For 16 stars. It's not very good.
Okay. It's faster than I've done it. So how often do you get to play? How often are you trying to get speed records or on Mario now?
I try a few times a week. I think it's interesting. But also, very surprisingly, Mario 64 has that formula that I talked about earlier of being very good for stream, whereas other games, not all games are. You wouldn't expect such an old, archaic game to be so good for streaming, but it has something really powerful. It has familiarity, like everyone can come in and just know what's going on.
Right.
Everybody knows what Mario is. And then everybody at this point in life knows what Mario speedrunning is. At least people on Twitch know what it is. So no one's going to be like, hey, what's going on? It also has, this was very surprising. I didn't realize it until I played it for the first time, or speedran it for the first time. But there's many frequent breaks and a very good accelerating progress. So like, one of the reasons why I think League of Legends is a very genius game for streaming is because the beginning is really chill. You sit there, you farm your minions, and the late game is very intense.
Right.
So as a streamer, you can talk to your audience, you can have fun with people, take it easy for the first 20 minutes, and for the second 20 minutes, you can then focus up when it matters. So Mario actually has that element too. Like if in the first few minutes you can relax, and then if the run's going well, you land all your tricks and shortcuts, then you can focus up for the final part, and it's very exciting.
Right.
It almost like gives the viewers like a chance to gamble, where like they're trading off 10 minutes of their time, and what they might see is like a very legendary run, or if you're not the world record contender, then like at least the PB. They'll gamble 10 minutes of their time to like maybe see something really legendary. And as a viewer, that's like really exciting. It's like you're buying a lottery ticket for $0. Instead, it's just 10 minutes of your time. And the best speedrunners, from what I've seen, they just like can talk and talk and talk. The game is so automatic to them that they don't even have to think about it.
And do you think like you're at that level now with playing Mario in terms of your just ability to talk and talk while you're playing?
Oh heavens, no! The moment I start talking, I start messing everything up. I'm definitely not a good entertainer in speedrunning. I just do it because I like it. League of Legends, I can talk as much as I want, though. I've played tens of thousands of games of this. It's very automatic at this point.
How fast? I mean, like with League, how quick do you know when you're playing how well the game is going to go at the end?
For League?
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of tell pretty quickly how the game's going to go. League of Legends is a pretty snowbally game, so I think like 90% of the time, the team that's winning wins. The team that's winning at 10 minutes wins in like 40 minutes later.
Right.
There are comebacks, and those are definitely like good close games are why you play League of Legends. You don't play it, like I don't enjoy the one-sided games. If I stomp my opponent, I used to like it. I used to be like, oh yeah, show off how good I am. Oh my God, my KDA, the women are gonna love me. But now I want the close games. I live for those comeback moments.
And even when it's the other team, because you feel like it was like a battle well fought, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't mind losing if it was a good game.
That makes a lot of sense. How often do you think you get those when you stream League? I mean, do you think they happen frequently enough for your taste, or not often enough? Do you feel like it's pretty well decided pretty quickly with most of the games?
The reason why I moved on from League, at least on stream, is because the good games are like 1 in 10.
Okay.
It's a bit too low. In TFT, even though there's quite a lot of RNG, like in that game just now I got 4th, and I felt like I couldn't really have done much better. It was fine. On average, you still have more influence than you do in a League game. In League, you're just 1 out of 10 people. The odds of your impact making the difference is very low. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
The internet's bad.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's getting better.
Okay.
Wait, the moment I said that, it got better. Wow.
Yeah, I had to
Amazing.
download some hamster memes. That's what I was doing. They were pretty small.
Yeah, and mostly when I do play League nowadays, I play in like a group of 5 streamers. And it's more about like the people I'm with rather than
just strangers.
Yeah. I used to like solo queue like 8 hours a day though. I used to love that.
Does now the thought of doing that like kind of make you cringe a bit?
It doesn't make me cringe. It's just I had a lot more tolerance back then. Like if I play a game, if I queue up for a game, I invest an hour into the whole process, and then like I don't do anything. I just like go even in my lane, and then the game's over because someone else like went 0 and 10. I feel like my time was wasted.
Right.
I feel like offended. How dare you waste my time?
those who were lost.
Do you DM them on Twitter? Find them out, track them down? How dare you, sir?
We actually got one of the most exciting lanes. This is like really lucky. In top lane, a lot of people pick tanks. So if you end up facing a tank, it's really boring. You just kind of farm for a long time. But here, I got something really nice. I got a Riven versus Trinimir matchup. It's a very explosive matchup where usually whoever gets the first kill tends to take over the game. In both ways, it can be bad.
How should I proceed?
Are you still pretty high ranked in League?
I haven't played solo queue in a long time, but like I imagine if I were to play, we'd probably be around like the top 1,000, which isn't as good as before when we grinded it, but
Choose your
good
own
enough.
path.
Good enough to be impressive when we need to be.
Right. But in terms of the matchmaking that you're doing now, is there much in terms of its matchmaking against your skill? Is it given how much you've played right now? Like, are you getting good matches, or like is there an odds you just got a terrible team or whatever it is?
Oh. This matchmaking is definitely gonna be all over the place because
Okay.
I haven't played it much ranked recently. I don't know the rank of my opponents right now, but it's probably not very high because I have not played in a long time. But usually when that comes up, I try to not tell people so that they can still be impressed if I win.
Sorry, you and I should have met and talked beforehand just to make sure. He's like, hey, if I'm going to play this game, don't tell people.
The sword mirrors its owner.
Okay, so finally got all of the main little secondary cables run. All the stuff that I'm getting from there. So I'm just going to cut these and get these hidden for you. And then put the PSU in. And a League game takes like, what, 45 minutes? Or it can be shorter sometimes, but...
Average game length is actually like 30.
Okay, so you're in good shape then. We should all be about done around the same time. So you enjoying your time here on the Intel stage?
It's been fun.
Yeah.
I like this process. I haven't played it on a stage in a very long time.
Does it make you miss it at all?
Wait, hang on, I might die.
Uh-oh, don't die.
I do want to go to events more. I want to get jacked and go to more physical events. And when I say get jacked, I don't mean actually get jacked. I just want to...
I know what you meant. I
want to be more fit.
So do you think rock climbing is going to be a part of that, or
And starvation.
and more mile runs?
Yeah.
Okay, just because I'm going to actually go ahead and put in your GPU,
Proceed.
since you're going to be playing right up until the end.
Choose your own path.
This is it, guys. That beautiful MSI Gaming X Trio 3080. Love these cards. I definitely know you weren't oohing and awing for me, because you wouldn't be sad if you're seeing an MSI GPU. There it is, right there. Beautiful card there. You're quiet, BoxBox. You're starting to get me worried.
Sorry, that was a close fight.
Here it is right here, guys. Look at that. Beautiful
Oh.
MSI. Yeah, this is that 3080. Nice triple fan design. Very, very well cool. Very, very well cooled. Really, really love these GPUs. It's got an RGB bar there. And I mean, again, you can, I mean, it's funny because I mean, like with some of the RGB profiles, you can do stuff like have these react to gameplay, like when you're playing League or TFT and stuff like that. So pretty awesome stuff.
Well, wait a second. When you're when you play a game and the graphics card reacts to that,
It's actually the RGB. So there's some things that you can do that will have it react to certain games. Yeah.
Who's gonna see it? Oh, actually,
Well,
I
it's
guess
for you. It's you're gonna see it. Depending on where you put your, obviously you put your PC. But yeah, there's a, it's like, it's become like kind of a big thing with having RGB react to gameplay stuff.
An ally has been slain.
Not something for you though, huh? BoxBox?
Oh, sorry. Something intense is happening right now.
Oh, okay. I won't.
This is high school all over again.
Learn from your mistakes.
An enemy has been slain.
High school was intense for BoxBox.
Slain.
Just doing the peels right now.
An enemy has been
There we
slain.
go. Okay. So Pete, we're getting ready to put this in.
How should I proceed?
Close all this up. We have our, okay, awesome. Good shape there. There we go. Still intense?
No, I'm dead already.
Wait, what?
Choose your own.
I got bullied out.
You got, oh, that's not good. You got jumped by multiple people?
Yeah, well, he just kind of stood there menacingly,
Oh,
and then I couldn't do anything. It's
Not-
one of the situations where I find solo queue very frustrating. Another guy from another lane just kind of, he went to another high school, and he just came over, he started standing there, not letting me play the game, and then I sat there hoping a teammate would come, and then no one came.
no one came? Like you were hoping for like your fellow friends and they just left you out to dry?
Yeah,
Did you ping?
I guess I did not.
So they had no idea that they needed to be your help? So you're one of those friends, I see how it is, BoxBox. I didn't know anything was wrong. How are we feeling about the game thus far then?
Has been slain.
It's not looking very good.
An enemy has
This is, do you know what Smurf queue is?
Do I know what is?
Smurf queue?
No, I do not know what that is.
So if the game detects you as a Smurf, which this account is, it's like my second or not my first account. If the game detects you as a Smurf, it places you in Smurf queue. So you'll only be played against other Smurfs. So the matchmaking is gonna be all over the place.
Right.
So I'm getting Smurf queued right now, where my opponents are quite good and coordinated, and my teammates are in middle school.
right. So you're like,
It's frustrating. I don't feel like I get to play the game. Okay, I blundered.
I can understand how that would be frustrating.
Yeah, it makes me very sad. I don't feel like I get to do anything cool on stage as a result. Every single time we've died, it's just been someone from another high school coming in.
My spirit is not lost.
down.
Was I,
We'll hope to play the game soon, though. This is a lot of why I stopped playing League of Legends. I found it very frustrating.
it's funny that you would say that. Did you have a lot of people come over from other high schools to your high school and do things? It seems like your high school experience was very different than mine. Just putting the sag bracket on here. Keep this GPU from sagging because it's so thick, triple C thick. People are engrossed in the gameplay though. I'm peeking up from time to time, and they are enjoying themselves. Crowd, are you guys enjoying yourselves? Yeah, okay, there we go. So even though you're not getting to play, there's a lot of people from your high school who are rooting for you as prom king.
That's good to know.
And they think you're jacked.
Enemy killing spree.
Who thinks BoxBox is jacked? There we go, see? There we go. Getting this installed here.
Must come to pass.
Your turret has been destroyed.
There we go. Okay, almost to the end. Is it doing better, or are you still getting beat up by local high school bullies?
Not much is happening now. This is one of the frustrating parts of the league. Once the game goes south, you kind of sit here. You're forced to sit here for like 30 more minutes, and it's very awkward.
Because you know how it's gonna you know what's kind of gonna happen, and you're just waiting for the inevitable kind of thing.
Yes, that is actually exactly what's happening right now. We got bullied by the mid laner, and now we're just kind of sitting here, waiting for the game to end.
Mirrors its owner.
That sounds very sad.
Okay. Oh.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Okay.
Oh.
Still along the same lines. I hear.
It's very
I hear
ugly.
murmur. Okay. Well, I want you to know that your PC's still going well.
That's good to hear.
If there's a positive thing here, I'm trying to think of positives, guys.
So long I've wandered.
Your GPU just got put in. It looks beautiful in here. Just the right length. There we go.
My spirit is not lost.
So getting all this stuff going in there. They're just killing you a lot. That's not supposed to be very nice. Should we call somebody? Is there a helpline we can reach out to? No?
No, I definitely don't think it can be saved at this point. This is just the nature of League of Legends.
It's always the one that it's like the way that you didn't want it to have happen on the stage, right?
Yeah, it's
Your turret has been destroyed.
it's very uncomfortable for sure. But
So
the
so do you feel like there's nothing that could really kind of happen that would help like bring this back to a positive place, like from a gameplay standpoint? Is it just because your teammates are just completely uncoordinated that?
They're not completely uncoordinated, but from a top lane oh my.
Maybe what if the crowd was getting a little bit more? There we go, getting some pump up. Oh no! I think the crowd I don't know if that helped or not. Thank you for getting into it though.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
There we go. Let's find things to cheer for, guys. We're gonna keep this positive. So you were saying like from the top lane, just right now the top lane's like kind of weak, but there's not really much you guys can do to kind of bring it back at this point in time, is what you're saying?
The only thing that can really happen is if looks like our bot lane is doing pretty well. If
Okay.
they perform a miracle.
Okay. Miracles do happen sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to say what our win rate is from this point onwards, I'd give it a solid 5%.
Oh wow. So that's
Which, yeah, it's not zero.
There we go.
The stressful part is just my role in the game is almost limited to nothing because of what happened earlier, the bullying. But we can sit here and be a supportive cheerleader for our teammates.
So what is that? What would that entail? Like, what's being a good supportive cheerleader? Just being there for when their action's starting, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and babysit them and hope to keep them alive.
Are you playing the character you were hoping to play when we first started?
Yes.
Your high school buddy with the big sword? Oh yeah, no, there. Okay, I can see it finally.
Sword mirrors its owner.
Okay, just getting you guys an update here. We're just adding the last of the cable combs. This is like the hardest, last little polish part here of the build. And then at this point in time, we get to just plug in the PSU and kind of connect those last few cables that we have left. And that's kind of all there is left on my end. And just making sure it looks nice and clean and polished at the end. And that's it. Anything magical happened? Any miracles yet?
No miracles yet.
No miracles yet. Is it still pretty heavily one-sided?
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely.
Choose your own path.
We're definitely fishing for miracles, though. We're just going to go to places where miracles might happen and hope that it happens.
What would some of those? Where would some of those places be?
We're going to go to the high-value targets and just hope they mess up. That's what
Okay,
we're
so
gonna
that's
do.
like the dragons and. Because I've seen some of those swings, right? Like, watching Worlds and all that other stuff, some crazy swings where stuff has happened. And some of that can just be from the right mistakes, right?
I did it! My first kill.
Crowd's feeling first of many.
My spirit is not lost.
First of many, BoxBox. We're rooting for you. I hear conflict happening behind me. Oh. Okay. We're getting this basically, the last thing of this is just getting this in. So BoxBox, how much do you actually get to play, how much do you actually play League now? Because you play Mario, sounds like once a week. How much do you play League?
A few games a week.
Okay.
I like to play with friends. In a group of 5, League of Legends is very fun.
Okay,
In the right group.
in the right group. And then what's your stream schedule like if people are wanting to tune in, watch, that sort of stuff? When do you stream?
Ow.
Ow?
Almost every day, Monday
Okay.
to Friday. Whenever I wake up, I get ready, and then I stream 8 to 12 hours.
Okay. So it's pretty, for people to catch you, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'd say so. There's no set time, it's just whenever I can.
Makes some sense. Okay.
Enemy double kill. Shut down.
Oh, I hear some cheering. So what do you have any other games that you've got at kind of your Elden? You talked about Elden Ring. Any Elden Ring speedrunning in your future?
Oh, absolutely not. That game is way too hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big props to the people who are good enough to speedrun it. I struggle to beat the bosses just playing normally.
Do you think, but though with practice, again, very talented game player. Regardless, you don't think it's something that you could eventually learn to overcome, or just is it you just don't feel like there's a passion there either?
I think you'd have to really love a game to want to speedrun it.
And right now for you, that's Mario.
Yeah. I did it. Another kill.
It's happening, BoxBox. The turnaround is beginning. The tides are changing. I have faith.
My hands are stained.
Maybe misplaced, but I'm going to try and have it in. Okay, so we got our color finally. Man, that was like a lot of work to get this cable to do what I wanted it to do. And a lot of cable combs.
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
So when you think for the production things, what are some of the other ideas that you've got for getting some other like big production stuff that you'd love to do? So you talked a little bit about this one for playing Big Mario Party. What are some of you have some other ideas that you're willing to talk about that you think would be fun that you're like are kind of like at a simmering point right now on the creativity level?
Simmering point.
You know, you're just like you're bubbling. They're bubbling in your head. You're not entirely sure this is what you're gonna do, but you think this would be cool, or like you're starting like pre-production work on it, or
I would say no.
no, not right now.
It's just the Mario Party. We've already got a lot of projects in the works. I wouldn't want to start another one.
For the greater good.
And how much time does the game stuff that you're working on with the game studio, like the indie studio and stuff, like how much of your time does that take?
At this point, most of it runs pretty automatically. I have a
Okay.
staff in place. I throw in ideas that I want to contribute, and then I let more qualified than me do their job.
Got it. Okay. So you feel like you've got a good rhythm there.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like 2 to 20 hours a week, depending on how like involved I want to be.
And how do you get to play the game quite a bit?
Oh, absolutely. I can play as much as I want.
And how much time do you devote to just spending time playing that game? Or do you just feel like it's not really at a point yet where...
Lately, a few hours a week.
Okay. Yeah, so a pretty good amount of time still.
Burdens of the past.
Yeah, it is a bit hard to find time between my full-time streaming schedule and my regular life to play, but I try.
What was the motivation behind like figuring out, hey, this is something I do want to make a game, I have the idea, that sort of thing? Like how did you go about executing on that and finding a studio? That's not an easy thing.
I wouldn't say it's a full studio. It started off as like a group of qualified friends, and then we just slowly expanded
from there. Okay, guys, gonna turn this around, do a little bit of a reveal there so you guys can see all the cables are in and all that sort of stuff. Build's coming along nicely. So there we go, we did this blue and white there. Just kind of finished that out, which I think ended up looking really nice. Those cable combs are kind of a little bit, they're a little bit hard. So they were a little hard to get controlled and managed, but I think it actually looks pretty good now.
Violence to end violence.
So now we're just doing is preparing for the PSU to go in, which is usually like kind of the fastest part. How are we doing time-wise on your end there?
The enemy team has not taken their free win, so we'll get a small chance to fight. Our win rate has gone from a very low 5 to a massive 10.
Okay, so we've doubled our chances, guys. All right. Copy.
Because everyone is dead.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, there we go. Good there.
Has been destroyed.
Oops. Just threw garbage in the motherboard box. That's always a good idea. Okay. So, but in terms of like where it is, how many towers have you taken down?
0.
0. Oh, wait. They're in your base. This doesn't seem good.
Enemy double kill.
Yeah, it's very rough, sir.
Been destroyed.
It was one of those hopeless games.
One of those just lost causes almost, huh? There it is.
Defeat.
Can't win them all though, right, BoxBox?
How are we doing on time?
Yeah, so why don't you just come on over here? We can. You're at a kind of at a good spot. We can have you just do a couple more things. Little end in victory. We're just all we have left. If you want to turn around and take a look at it and see where it's at, most of it's pretty much close to done.
Oh. It does look good. The wiring is very clean.
That's what we want. And then all we're going to do now is we just got to hook up like the main power, and then we're essentially finished.
Is there a difference between the red or the white and the blue wires?
No, it's just for look. The white, they're all this. It's just to create some visual identity for the build to go kind of with the purple a little bit too. So, and then here, of course, this is your power supply right here. So it's an 850 watt MAG. So given that you've got a 3080, great pair with this with 850 watts. You've also got a 12700K. So you actually do have some room if you wanted to get crazy, learn about overclocking, etc. You could do something like that as well. So pretty cool PSU and nice little MSI unit. And then of course you've got your little window, so we'll be able to have the little dragon sitting out from the side as well. So what I'm doing right now is just hooking up these are the last cables to actually basically go on the PC. And these are just the power units. I spent a lot of time making sure that all we got to do is when I put this in, we'll just have you connect these last ones and then we'll turn it on and then it's essentially done. So probably like 10 minutes left.
10 minutes?
Yeah. There's a little bit of it's just a little bit, there's some little bit of some last minute cable management I'll do.
Okay. Is there anything I should do?
Right now I'm going to have you actually hook these in. So I'm going to have you, at this point in time, I'm just going to kind of get things prepped and have you kind of do these last bits just so you can kind of finish out the PC. Okay, so this is the first thing. So let me put this over to the side real quick. Ugh. Okay, so this is your big 24 pin. This is what powers your motherboard and stuff. That's going to go, the bottom one's going to go right here and the top one's going to go up there. So it kind of does like this split maneuver like that. If that makes sense. So that's going to go there and the other one's going to go there. It's a little bit finicky.
What the heck?
Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit. Yeah, there you go, just like that. You got like the honors challenge ones. Like these are all like honors editions. So, but it can be done. Welcome back to the PC build.
Wait, like the twisting of the cables already makes it impossible.
Here, let me see. This one, yeah, I just got to go.
Oh, can you put them in one at a time?
Yeah, you just seal that one and then put that one in, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go at the same time, sorry. A little bit of learning there.
It's not going in, sir.
Here, let me give it a go. Yeah, it's just going to be finicky. Oh, wow, that is actually being very hard. There we go. Okay, got that one. Okay, so for the sake of time, let's put these in. This is your VGA. And then we've got your other VGA.
Isn't that like a type of cable monitor?
Yeah, so it's just the reason they're labeled that way. It's just letting you know they're for your GPU. This is for your CPU. This is what basically just gives all the power to your CPU. And then this is for your hard drive and your RGB, essentially. That's what that's for. Okay, so that's all of that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna pop it in here and then we'll have you hook up the last of the cables. And so this is all gonna go right in here. Just like that. And luckily we did a good job having it, basically pre-wiring it so it just floats right in. There we go. And then I'll have you connect the last cables and we'll turn it on. So these are like the last little cables to basically make the whole PC work. So here's your PSU. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so now your PSU's in. Got your little dragon showing through. Okay, so let's flatten this and then have you hook up the last of these that just kind of all go into specific places here. So first one is your 24 pin. This one's going to plug right into that, right there.
Well, what does this do?
This is what powers your motherboard.
Oh, the power flows through this.
Yes, to the motherboard. Yeah, and it's like a nice. It can take a lot of pressure to do this. This is sometimes one of the fun things about cable extensions is just. Yeah. There you go.
Does that have to go all the way in?
Yeah, let me. It is being. You got like all the finicky stuff. Yeah, it's like, so sometimes what happens is when you do this, it's like it's got to kind of play with it until it goes, okay, there you go. There's that one. This is usually sometimes the hardest one, so that was a hard one from there. Okay, next one this is for your hard drive. So you see how it's got like a little L, and there's a little L right there? So this is going to go right on that, just right there. Does that make sense? This one will go easy. It should just click right on. This is just a lot of, you talk about practice, it's just a lot of practicing and getting used to hooking up these kind of cables.
What the?
Let me make sure I lined it up right. Oh, okay, sorry. That's my bad. Here it is, just like this. Okay, so this is the A850GF from MSI that we're plugging in right now. Yeah, sorry. You just got to get there. That probably would have helped you. Oh, and the hard drive that we have in here is a Seagate Barracuda 8 terabyte is what you're putting in right here. So we're putting in a Seagate 8 terabyte. That's
How can you put this in without the cables bending all over each other?
Oh, you do want to bend them. It's okay to bend them. There's a little bit of. There you go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's your that, and then this one is much easier. This one's just going to plug right in right there. You can see there's a little L, and then the other L just goes right into that. See how the L is? There you go. No, you had it right the other way. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, just like that. And there it is. Okay, click. Okay, so you got that one in. Okay, last one. This is the next to last one. This is your CPU power cable. And this is going to plug in just into this one, just like that.
These things pass through electricity?
Yep.
Huh.
There we go. Nice click there. Okay, last three cables. So.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, so this one's going to go here. Plug that one into there. You're going to want to make sure. Here, let me show you this, and then you can repeat from here. So you're going to put them like this. Snap it like that. You just go like this. Wow, this is not being the most. There you go, just like that. And you just want to make sure this one goes this left side. Wow, these are. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, this looks impossible. Why do they come apart at all?
Because sometimes you use 6 pins.
I see, so yeah, it's modular.
Yeah, it's modular. And we're going to get this turned on here in just a second. But this is not. Oh, there's a little clip on this. I've never seen that, and it's blocking it from being able to go in. Is this on all of them? Yeah, it's like weird. Okay. Yeah. There we go. They've got some sort of weird clip on this. Okay. Yeah, we don't. They did something unique on these power things that are not pretty standard here. So it's making it so it doesn't go into the extension. Okay. I don't know what to. Sorry, guys. It's just something that's blocking us from being able to put this in. And it's like the last thing. It's like this would. I've never seen this before.
Here, what if we just use a lot of force?
No, that's not. Yeah, it's just see how there's a little edge there.
Oh. I see the issue.
Yeah, there's like literally like a piece of plastic that we can't.
And maybe if you use enough force, it'll work anyway.
I think what we can here. What there's the.
No,
only-
you're right. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. I don't know what it was. I don't know why this one is particularly that way. Let me see something real quick. I just want to see. Yeah. Let's do something quickly. Yeah, let me show you. You want to see? This is what it is. So there's this little edge thing on there that's keeping it from being able to plug into the. Never.
So that usually comes like one side like that, right?
Yeah, but then it's got this.
Stopping it?
Yeah, see, there's a gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's bring up the parts graphic real quick, guys, while we're at it. Let's see how it's making the things you can't connect. It won't go across that bridge. Okay, so let's bring up the parts graphic, talk what's gone inside of it. We've got a Intel 12700K. We've got an MAG B660 Tomahawk EVA, EVGA, the basically Neon Genesis Evangelion. We've got an MSI Gaming Trio Z RTX Gaming Trio Z RTX 3080. We got a Spatium M470 M.2 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. This is a PCIe Gen 4. A Seagate Iron Wolf 8 terabyte hard drive. Kingston Fury DDR5 RAM. We've got that Mpg Gungnir 110R Neon Genesis Evangelion case. Yeah. The MAG Core Liquid C240 AIO, and then we've got that MSI Mpg A850 GF 850 watt PSU. So that's what we basically have right now. Yeah. Yeah, they all have, yeah.
That's really strange.
Okay, so we're gonna do code 10 right now. And so it's basically, it's just so you guys know, obviously with Intel, gaming happens, and that is the last code right there. Code 10, gaming happens. So you can enter that for gaming happens with Intel. Remember, guys, gaming happens with Intel. And then, of course, that code is gaming happens. So that is the last code. And that's where we're at right here. Gaming happens with Intel.
File or something, maybe?
Yeah, we can try. Yeah, I'm trying. I've never seen that. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if that was just something that was there, but you know what I mean?
I've built with multiple of these. And
I have too.
Like
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know if that would go into the GPU either. Okay, I don't know.
We just have like a bulk PSU.
Yeah.
Do you have any other tools in here?
No. Anyway, guys, we're gonna take a quick break at this point in time. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be back, and hopefully we'll just have this turned on. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys in just a few. Guys, well, this has been a thing. We have both hit our challenges, right? So it was not an MSI issue. We just had the way the cable extensions were working. We had to do. You guys got to see a full PC build plus some PC modding to get to the point where we finally got this whole PC together. We got to see you play some Team Force Tactics, but now it's time to see if everything works. So if you just want to hit that button right there,
What's the moment of truth?
this is the moment of truth.
Okay. Do you know what the pause champ emote is?
Yes, I do. I do know what that is.
I literally look like that right now.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. Okay. Woo!
It worked on the first try?
It did. It worked on the first try. We have one that I need to turn on in software. That's fine. That's the way it should be. Now for the big moment, guys. Look at the light and stuff in this. The rear fan, it has to get turned on in software. That's fine. That's an easy fix. But there is the build. Now for the peel.
The peel?
So if you want to come over here, we're going to see this camera right here. You can see I've left one piece of plastic on. And so this is like the big moment right here, is just getting that peel to actually happen. And so if you want to go ahead and do that.
This is so satisfying.
This is so satisfying. And there it is right there. So there it is, the whole thing right there. We got to hook up some RGB and some other things, but for the most part, it's all good to go. And we even got you this green wire to match, because this is the same. If you look at the EVA01, it's purple, green, and black. And so then you've got some blue and white. White is from some of the other mecha. So we added a lot of the things to just give you some of those final touches. But there is the build right there, finished. Now we just got to do some final touches, and then you've got a great build to do. League, Cyberpunk, Mario emulation, you name it. You should be able to do all of those things on a build like this.
Aw. Wow, this green cable is sick. I've never seen a green
Yeah,
power cable.
isn't that cool? Yeah, that was a nice find there at the very end. Anyway, huge shout out obviously to Intel and MSI for doing this, and obviously this really sick integration with Neon Genesis Evangelion. Huge shout out to BoxBox, who throughout the whole thing, right, had some challenges, but all in all, was a champ. Look at this ripped guy, guys. Can we get a round of applause for him as well? Such a good stream. Anyway, BoxBox, if people want to watch you, how do they find you, all that sort of stuff, all those channels?
Well, lucky for me, my name is really easy to pronounce and
that is
spell.
true.
It's just BoxBox on all social medias, and mostly on Twitch. I stream every Monday to Friday for at least 8 hours. Very easy to find.
Okay, well that's it. And I am Robeytech, and this has been Intel at PAX East. Stay tuned. We got some more entertaining things coming up ahead for us that I know some people have still been looking forward to. Congratulations to Josiah that we actually got to pull this off today. And outside of that, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be just right back.